Hello, this is your drafting instructor, Mr. Aguilar. I'm going to show you how to draw this holder orthographic from 2-dimension to 3-dimension. First step we're going to do is provide some more room in our title block for a 3-dimensional drawing. So you'll pick the scale command, which is right here. I will select the title block and all the features of the title block by using a right to left rectangular motion, making a green box to select my objects. I'll hit enter for the next step. This base point will be this location right here. I'll snap to this point right here. Endpoint is on. As you can see, as it's scaling, I'm going to set a specific number of 1.5. 1.5 will be typed in, hit enter, and now I have space for my 3-dimensional object. There's many different ways to draw 3-dimensional objects. This is one of them. I'm going to copy the top view and move it over here. Hit the escape key. I'm going to work here. I'm going to be extruding shapes from this object. In order to see our work, we need to change our view. Click on the View tab. In this area here, hit the down arrow and select Southwest Isometric. When you do that, your view of your title block and your 2-dimensional object will change to a Southwest Isometric view, which you can see in this area here labeled top, left, and front. We're going to go back to top, you click here. Undo that. I'm going to extrude the boxes that make this 3-dimensional shape. The command I'm going to use is called boundary. If these messages don't pop up on your mouse, below you need to activate this command here, dynamic input. If it's off, and I type in boundary, I don't get any information on my mouse. It'll show up somewhere else, as you see here. Dynamic input is much easier, so make sure that's on. Line weights are controlled here. I'm going to leave them on for now. Click on Home. Switch to the layer called Object. We're going to use a command called boundary, which will turn these into little shapes. In this case, rectangles. B-O-U-N-D-A-R-Y. There it is. Okay, it says pick points, island detection, and so on and so forth. Just click OK. You can pick a spot. We're going to pick this one here. Okay, do you see that boundary form? Hit enter. The command is done. Can't really see anything, but there it is. You can see that boundary right there. To make 3-dimensional objects, you use a command called extrude. You type in E-X-T-R-U-D-E, you pick extrude, and you look for that boundary, which you see here. After you pick that boundary, hit enter. You could drag it up and you can see the shape forming. The height of this piece is equal to 1 1/8, as you see down there. So you point up and type in 1 1/8, which is 1.125. It looks more interesting if you change the way it appears. Click on the View tab and look for this area here called 2D wireframe. We're going to change it to say shaded. You can kind of see how it's visual. Many different options you can choose from. Leave it on shades of gray. Let's extrude the front. First step again is boundary. All this is set, just click on OK, pick a point, and enter to end the command. Type in extrude, find your boundary. The boundary is not found. In this case, it was not. I picked a line, and you can see I picked a line, and that's incorrect. So I hit the escape key because I don't want a line. I want that boundary. So type in extrude again. Sometimes if it doesn't, here I found it now. If you can't find the boundary by clicking on it like you see here as it's selected, you could type in L, which means the last thing that it made. And there it is right there. You had to enter twice to get to it. Once again, L, enter, enter. Okay, type in the height of 1.125. The back of the part is 2 1/4. So we're going to boundary this area here and here. If you have a hard time seeing your object, you have these options over here. You could rotate your object. You can also use the pan command as well. Orbit, and pan. Boundary. Found the shape. Enter to finish. Extrude. I can't find it this way, so I'll type in L for last. Enter, enter. I have to point up, and I type in 2 1/4, 2.25. Repeat that for the other side. And a section in the middle extrudes up 3/4. So that'll be another boundary. Point up 3/4. Okay, so everything has been extruded, but the object is not complete. It may look complete if you switch to different types of settings. However, if you go to 2D wireframe, you're going to see that these are 5 separate blocks. In order to bring it all together as one object, you would have to use a command called union. U-N-I-O-N. Type in that command, hit enter, and select all 5 blocks, and it will union them into one solid object. You will see that it will make lines that connect them separate, and you can now see that it is one object as you orbit around. There's the original 2-dimensional object still underneath. Click on Southwest Isometric to align it. You could save it at this point. Select a view you prefer and then save the file as Lesson 2A. I forgot I do need to update the title block. Lesson 2A. Alright, it's time to save it. That's the end of the video.